Pricing your home right is as much as an art as it is a science. And as a realtor, it's something I work really hard at doing. You want to get the most interest by the most people. The more buyers you have looking at your home, the better the sales price is going to be and the faster it will sell. When properly pricing your home, don't put too much trust into the online estimates of real estate sites like Zestimates. They're often incorrect for many reasons. They use incorrect or out-of-date data from the assessor's office. Their recently sold comparables can go back over a year. They do a horrible job at narrowing down to your specific neighborhood, and they usually don't consider if your house has any updates or not. You want to be mindful if you want to sell your home for top dollar or if you need to price it to sell quickly. These are generally two different pricing strategies. This usually depends on why you're wanting to sell and what your plans are for after you sell the home. Selling for top dollar means you're going to be putting more money and more time into getting your home ready because it has to be better than most other homes on the market. The strategy here is to price it at the top of what the market can hold, but nothing over. One drawback is that it could be sitting on the market for a little bit longer than most because it is a higher price. If your goal is to sell quickly, it's pricing it at or more than likely below what the market comparables are. This tells buyers that you are ready to move and ready for an offer. One thing you don't want to do is to overprice your home. It's easy to think that you have the best home in the neighborhood, which is perfectly normal to think, but it's often tied to emotions and your memories that you have on the home. And unfortunately for buyers, this is something that they're not really concerned with. Another disadvantage of listing your home for too much is the appraisal. Now, any home where the buyer gets a loan for the house, an appraisal is required by the bank. And appraisers, their job is similar to real estate agents to where they come and look at the sold comps around the neighborhood. Their goal is to make sure that the bank isn't lending too much money on any particular house. Now, a disadvantage of pricing it too high is if the appraisal comes below the price that you have it, either the buyer has to come in with cash or you have to reduce your sales price to that appraisal amount. And often this leads to a deal not going through. Another thing to look at is if you have the most expensive home in that neighborhood, you could price yourself out of that neighborhood. For example, if you want to sell your house for $210,000, but every home in your neighborhood is selling for $160,000 to $190,000, and now buyers with a budget of over $200,000 aren't even going to be looking in your neighborhood. To accurately price your home, the best way is to perform a comparative market analysis, or CMA. This tells you what your home's current value is in the current market based on what other homes are selling for. Just because your neighbor down the street is listing their house for X doesn't mean you should follow suit. It's the sold houses that are similar to your house that matter. Another thing that a CMA can do is look at expired or withdrawn listings and figure out why houses aren't selling in your neighborhood. A good CMA will also look at updates that you've made to the house and what value those updates bring to your home. Remember, not all updates will actually add value to your home. Some are just convenient updates, but will help your home sell quicker. Another consideration about updates is what the buyer is going to see that needs to be updated before they move in. Other factors in the market also play a crucial role. What interest rates are doing, if it's a buyer's market, a seller's market, the time of year that you're selling, and even local and global economic forces. All of these points should be considered when pricing your home, which is why it's important to have an experienced realtor walk through your home with you and prepare the best price to list your home for your needs.